Good day, everyone. Today we will be discussing about correcting knowledge and sound symbol correspondence, vowel rules and principles. Presented by Ordonio Maria Zarina and E, Santiago Michelle C, and Santos Danica A from BSEd 3E. To begin with, let's first define what is sound symbol correspondence. Letter sound correspondence involves the knowledge of the following. The sound correspondence the sound represented by the letters of the alphabet and the letters used to represent the sound. Letter sound correspondence should be taught one at a time. As soon as the learner acquires one letter sound correspondence, you introduce a new one. So now let's begin with the example in the vowel sounds. This sound has long and short variations. Let's begin with letter A. Uh, The sound of letter A is ah. For example, in ankle, after, lady, and face. Next word is letter E. The next letter rather is letter E. As for in example, web, beg, three, team. The next vowel is I, as in the sound of E, and clip, rather I in clip, dip, bride, and like. The next vowel is O. The sound of O is O. For example, rot, mop, coat, and hope. And then last vowel is U, as in and sub, cup, cube, and tube. It is important for children to develop phonemic awareness skills before they are taught about the letters and the sound they are associated with. It all started in learning the sound of vowel sounds. Now let's proceed with the rules and principles correcting knowledge on sound symbol correspondence. In rule number one, in words containing a single vowel, a letter at the end of the word, the vowel usually has a long vowel sound. Let's try it along first. Example, we, she, be, and me. So the word she have a long vowel sound. We cannot pronounce the word she as she because we said in rule number one that syllables containing a single vowel letter at the end of a syllable or at the end of the word, the vowel may have a long vowel sound. Now let's proceed with rule number two. Rule number two, in syllables containing a single vowel letter at the end of the syllable, the vowel letter may either have a long or short vowel sound. For example, cargo and halo. The word cargo has a long O sound because it is containing a single letter at the single vowel letter at the end of the word. Let's try another one. The word halo. The word halo has a long O sound because what we said in rule number one, there were in words ending or the word containing a single vowel at the end of the word, it is usually pronounced as um long, long vowel sound. Let's proceed with the next rule is the rule number three. In rule number three, a single vowel in a syllable usually has a short vowel sound of it. It's not the last letter or it's not followed by the letter R, W, or L. For example, the words dog, date, bag, hat. It is followed by the letter R, W, or L. That is why we pronounce it with short vowel sound. We cannot pronounce jag with the long vowel sounds. It will make like jag or beat or beg or hat. So that is rule number four. And then rule number 3. And then in rule number 4, follow vowels followed by R usually have the sound that is neither long or short. For example, far, burn, farm, or sort. Meanwhile, the word farm and sort has a long vowel sound. We said in rule number 4, the vowels followed by a letter R could be either long or have short sound. Rule number 5. A Y at the beginning of the word has a EY sound. Yeah, sound. The Y at the end of a single syllable when preceded by a consonant usually have the I sound, and Y at the end of a multisyllable word when preceded by a consonant usually has a long E sound. For example, yard, fry, sunny, yoga, shy, study. So, for example, the word yard and yoga has a Y consonant sound because the Y is at the beginning of the word. On the other hand, the word fry and shy has a long I sound, like fry, shy. And lastly, at rule number 5, at the end of the multisyllable, when preceded by a consonant, it usually have a long E sound. For example, the word sunny and study. And then the next rule is rule number 6. In rule number 6, in word ending in vowel consonant, silent E. The E is silent at the first vowel may be either long or short. For example, bake, rate. 1. Phone. We're not pronouncing the E at the end of it. Let us try the first word. The first word is bake and rate. It both has a long vowel sound and the vowel E is silent. Meanwhile, the word one and phone have a short sound and the vowel E is silent as well. In this rule, the student should be flexible in pronouncing the vowel sound. Again, in rule number 6, uh, we are not pronouncing the E in some words at the end of it. And then the next rule is rule number 7. As, when as, a, I, E, and O are found together in the first vowel, it is usually long and the second one is usually silent. The vowel is silent. We pronounce it as in silent. When we pronounce uh, majestic, the first vowel is long, and then the second one, which is E, is silent. Or yeah, as well as the word player. The first vowel has a long sound, and the second one, which is E, is silent as well. And then the next rule is rule number 8. The word pair OW or O may have either the sound of in cow or in crow. Cow or crow. Examples: now, bow, frown, crown. So, the word um, now and vow are sounds near in the sound of cow. For the word frown and crown, it has a sound from the word crow because all the word or all the vowels in word pairs with O. It is word pairs in O. And then let's proceed with the next rule, which is rule number 9. When we rule number 9, when we pronounce it as ah, ah, ow, ah, oi, al, I are found together, they're usually blended from a diphthong. What is a diphthong? A diphthong is also known as a gliding vowel. It is a combination of two adjacent vowel sounds within the same syllable. For example, the word otter, claw, cloth, and avoid, and loyal. All these words are from diphthongs. And then second to the last rule is O. The O sound is either long as in moon or short as in book. Examples: cook, spoon, foot, and pour. For example, the word cook and soon, it has a long sound as moon, while the other word has, or the other example as such as foot and pour has a short sound as a book, or the example given, book. And then for our last rule and principle, rule 11, if a vowel, a is the only vowel in the syllable and followed by a, l, or w, when the a is usually neither long or short. For example, fall, wall, flaw, and law. The word fall and wall has a long a sound because it is followed by the letter L. Meanwhile, on the other hand, or on the other's example, the word flaw and law is followed by the letter W, which has a short sound. So, why knowledge of letter correspondence is important? Practices and drills in letter correspondence is essential for developing reading and writing skills. So, for us, in order to read a word, that the learner must recognize the letters in the word and associated each with its sounds. And lastly, in order for to write or type a word, that the learner must break the word into its corresponding sound and know the symbols that represent these sounds. So for our reference, here is the reference. And that would be all for today's discussion. Mabuhay and blessed be God forever.